Afternoon everyone, or morning or evening, whenever you're doing this. This is just a follow-up video. It's been a while since I've posted a video. I've been on holiday and it's been summer, so I've been getting out and about. This is my friend's SKX, a couple of changes since you last saw it. Put a new aluminium bezel in it that he wanted. I think it looks a lot better like that. The other change is a strap. The metal strap. This came from eBay, but it's good. It's really good compared to the normal Seiko strap. It's double security on there, mill clasp. It's got mill solid end links, solid links, and it looks fantastic. I was really pleased with how that turned out. As you know, when I did the last video, and I did say I was going to see if I could find an alternative, because I wasn't prepared to pay the inflated prices that they're going for. Creation Watches, I think they're in Singapore. They will sell you a new SKX. I think the SKX 009 is the cheapest on a rubber strap. I think it's £240 something sterling, excluding delivery and import duties. So you'll be looking at over £300 for the most basic one that you can get at the moment. You still get mineral glass for that. You still get the 7S26 movement. I know it's an iconic watch. Even on the second-hand market, their prices are higher than I'm prepared to pay. If I could find one that needed work the same as this, I could mod for a reasonable price, I would do it. Unfortunately, I can't. So I thought I'd have a look around and see what options there were to get something along the same lines as that. So I'm just going to move that out of the way. Now, I've got an email from Creation Watches. I'm on their mailing list, and they had a they said it was an SKX inspired watch, and it's this watch. It's a ratio Freediver 200 meter watch. So I thought I'd take a chance and buy one. It came in at £124 plus import duties and postage. Comes in a generic box. It was okay, the packaging. It's got the NH36 movement, so it does hack, it does hand wind. Sapphire crystal, domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective AR. When I got it, it was looked quite good in the box. It's got a solid strap, which is part of its downfall, really. Solid end link, solid strap. Well, for me, it's part of the downfall. 3 levels of micro adjust on the buckle there. Yeah, it's pretty good, but it comes at a cost because it's heavy. I think the standard SKX, that comes in at 163 grams on the strap that I showed you. This comes in at 186 grams, and I think I removed 2 or 3 links to fit this onto my wrist, and it's you feel the weight. It doesn't, I can't, I mean the shape is very reminiscent of the SKX, but it just doesn't wear anything like as well. It feels very top heavy. For me, you know, if you like your watches heavy, you're not going to have a problem with this one, that's for sure. You've probably noticed something missing on the bezel. The Lume pit fell out. I did actually manage to find it, I believe, because it's a tiny little thing. Fortunately, it fell out on one of the rooms where I've got hard floors. I noticed it shortly after that it had gone, so I went back and retraced my steps, and I managed to find it. So I have it. I've just got to glue it back, and it's disappointing that it fell out. Getting onto the bezel, the coin edge on the edge here of the bezel is quite what's the word I'm looking for, coarse, I would say. It's not as refined as other watches, neither is the actual rotation of the bezel. Again, that's feels quite coarse to me. You see there's a little bit of movement, not a lot. It's, you know, for the price, I guess it's okay. But if I just put that by the microphone, you should be able to hear it. So I did literally sit there for 5 or 10 minutes just rotating this round and round and round and round, just trying to improve it. And it has improved from how it came out of the box. Whether it'll improve enough to make, yeah, it's just yeah, but the alignment is pretty good. There's no issues with that. Initially, if you put this alongside the SKX and use a UV torch, the initial burst of luminance is better than the SKX, but it doesn't stay. The staying power isn't as good as the SKX. It does last all night. You can look at your watch and get a kind of picture of what's going on, but it's I'm not sure what the Lume is. It's kind of yellower than the BGW9, I guess. I couldn't find any information on the bezel insert. I'm assuming that's ceramic, but I can't be sure. It's got an unsigned crown. It is screwed down. It does say automatic divers 200, so you can see that it's a homage, which is a word I really don't like. Bearing in mind the weight that came on, or came in at, I did wear it. I wore it for a good solid week. I thought I'd give it a fair crack at a whip, but it just felt heavy all the time. So I thought it came with a genuine Seiko diver strap that was included in the price, and I also happen to have a nylon strap, a black nylon strap. So I thought I'd try it on the nylon strap first. So I took the nylon or the steel strap off, and I tried on the nylon strap. Now the clearance between the spring bars and the case, it made it so difficult to get that nylon strap on. It took a while to do it. It's just minimal. I've got no experience of curved spring bars. If somebody can say, yeah, that will sort your problem out, please leave a comment. But the genuine Seiko diver strap, the rubber strap, obviously the thickness of where the spring bars fits on that is even greater. So I thought, well, how are you going to get on putting that on there? So I tried, and it took me a good 30 minutes to actually get it to fit on the case. Bearing in mind the nylon case was, or the nylon strap was rubbing against the case quite strongly. When with the rubber strap, I felt there was so much tension on the spring bars that it was just going to pop off, or the spring bars would break or something like that. So I've put it back on the metal strap. Now it isn't, I thought I'd try and see if the SKX strap, the aftermarket one, would fit this. It doesn't, so that's out of the question for that. So I don't think you're going to find another aftermarket strap with fitted end links that's going to do it, but it needs to lose weight, and it's kind of disappointing really, because they've got so much right, but they just haven't put enough thought into it. I mean, these are all just my personal opinions, so if you're happy with a heavy watch, that's fine. I can't say anything about it. I'll tell you how much I struggled getting this on. I've actually managed to damage the case trying to get that Seiko diver strap on, and like all genuine or all supplied rubber straps, it was as stiff as a board, so it wasn't comfortable to wear anywhere. I would wear it on a nylon strap, and I did put it on a Seiko, a single pass NATO style strap, which I've taken some pictures of, and you'll be able to see that, and it looked pretty good on that, to be honest. So would I buy it again, or would this be, do I consider this to be an alternative to buying an SKX? And I'm going to say no. In hindsight, I would have gone for just a date model because that's got a flat sapphire crystal, because this has got a slight dome on it, and this comes in at 15mm thick. I'll just run through some other dimensions for you. It's got a diameter of 42mm, which is the same as the SKX. The thickness is 15mm, which is 1mm thicker than the SKX. Lug to lug is 46mm, but male end links on the strap, push that over. Not a problem for me because I've got 7.5-inch wrists, but if you've got a smaller wrist, that might be an issue. That's something you'll have to bear in mind. 186 grams, sorry, this weighs as it is, 2 or 3 links removed for me. The blue AR on there is pretty good. It's got a nice coating on it, and it's got that reassurance that it's got a sapphire crystal in it. So that's something you're not going to get with a new SKX or the NH36 movement. 200 meters water resistance is signed on there. It obviously won't be a certified dive watch, but I'm sure that it will be adequate for swimming, etc. I'm not going to guarantee that myself. It's got a screw down crown, but it should be fine. The crown is 8mm, it's unsigned, 5mm thick. Just seeing if there's anything else on my notes that I need to mention before we cancel this or finish this thing. Nope, that's about it really. Yeah, they do them in a range of colours, so the white one looks pretty good. So my search for an SKX type of watch continues. I will probably flip this watch. I'll repair the damage I've done to it, and I should probably flip it, and I'm probably going to take a loss on it, which is disappointing. But if it's not going to be worn, if it's not going to serve my purpose and I'm not happy with it, there's no point keeping it. It may well, it's just a personal thing, you know. So on the time grapher it was pretty good. I think from memory it was only 3 or 4 in this position. It was only 3 or 4 seconds fast a day, and the beat error was 0.1. So quite happy with that. I've obviously got to glue the Lume pip in. So disappointing that fell out, because I haven't abused it, I haven't worn it to work, haven't done anything else with it apart from just leisure. So I did get a loop out and examine the finishing on the case against the SKX, and it's as good, the finishing is as good as the SKX. We've also got the polished sides, they're the same, brush top, that's the same. So it's just a little bit more effort and a diet, and it would be there. So the bezel action needs to be addressed, in my opinion. It's only my opinion. The finishing, the coin edge on there is quite coarse, and the actual action of the bezel. So we'll leave it there. This is going to be the first video in a series of 4. So I've got 4 alternatives to an SKX coming up. This is the first one. There'll be 3 more to follow. I will try and get them out as soon as I can. It's just the weather's been pretty good and I've been going out, so rather than being sitting in the shed or outhouse doing this. Yeah, I did look for reviews of this before I purchased it, and there wasn't really anything. I think it's a fairly new watch out. Ratio do have a website, and the list prices on there are obviously much higher than I paid for this. Yeah, not Creation Watch's fault. It's just I'm trying to be as honest as I can about it, to be honest, and I wouldn't I don't regret buying it, but I wouldn't buy it again. Right, we'll leave it there. I'll get another video done today, I expect, and I'll get them out in the next week. And I'll see you later.